Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reading Am I the A-Hole stories from Reddit. I know it's different than what you see on my page. I tried singing, realized that didn't work. I tried vlogging, realized I'm a boring vlogger. So let me try something different and y'all tell me whether you like it or not. Alright, here we go. First story is, am I the a-hole for not answering the door when my ex's mom showed up at my apartment unannounced? This happened a couple years ago, but I was talking about crazy MIL stories with a friend, and she thinks that I was the a-hole. I have sole custody of my children. My ex and his family live about a 9-hour drive from me. One day around 9 a.m., there was a knocking on my bedroom window. I peeked through the bottom of the blinds and just see woman's sneakers. So I peek higher and make eye contact with my ex's mom. All I can think is WTF. The apartments where I live are not gated, so anybody can drive onto the property, just not go into the buildings without a key. Which means ex's mom couldn't knock on my door because she couldn't enter my building. Anyway, now that she's seen me, I change and go see why she's there. Only reason why she has my address is because a couple months ago, she asked me to mail some stuff for the kids, and I dumbly gave her my address. She tells me she was in the neighborhood. I ask her why she didn't call me before arriving, and she said it was a last-minute decision. Okay. I let her in, and she sees the kids for a bit. When she leaves, I tell her next time she needs to give me a heads up before arriving, and I'm not talking 10 minutes before. I need at least a week notice. So this is where I may be the a-hole. About 4 months later, she pulls the stunt again. When I hear the tapping on my window, I know exactly who it is. I don't bother looking out the window. She starts calling me. After the 5th call, I answer. She tells me to open up because she wants to see the kids. I'm like, what? I'm not even home. Why didn't she tell me she was coming? I'm 45 minutes away visiting my dad with the kids. She demands dad's address. I refuse to give it to her. As you should. She is ex's mom and I don't have to talk to her. After the phone call, I get a text from ex calling me an a-hole and how hard would it have been to let his mom see the kids when she drove all the way there just to see them. First of all, you came unannounced. I don't have to let you in. I want to make it clear. I don't mind her visiting. I don't mind her being around the kids, but I can't stand her showing up unannounced and demanding to see my kids like that. It was like she was on a weird power trip. So first of all, I don't think you're the a-hole at all. I don't like people showing up to my house. Don't show up to my house unannounced. Don't just be in the area because I'm just not going to be home. I'm not going to answer the door for you. I'm sorry. You didn't tell me a couple days before that you wanted to come over. I'm not answering the door. Like, I'm an introvert. No, I don't like last minute plans. Like, with anybody. You need to make plans with me 3 to 5 days in advance because it's not happening. I don't do that. I say you're not the a-hole. Let's see what the comments say. Not the a-hole. Woman weaponized the police against you. Woman no longer gets any part of your life. Next time she tries anything, just use the phrase, you called the police on me. When she deflects, you lied to the police. Just keep banging on some version of that. X gets the same story. She called the police on me and lied to them. She's dangerous. Yeah, I agree with that person. She was on a weird power trip. Same with your ex. The whole calling the police thing reaffirmed that you're not the a-hole. Best to keep away from X and his insane mother. If you can, I would consider moving so she can no longer know where you live. Any visitation to your ex has to be in a neutral place. Like, see, Yeah, I agree with that person because, like, yeah, grandma does need to see her kids, but you need to respect OP's boundaries. Don't just be showing up because, oh, they're my grandbabies. I don't care. You'll get to see your grandbabies when I say you can see your grandbabies. Not the a-hole. The police officer told you that your ex's mom said you haven't responded in 3 days. I think you just got the perfect opportunity to report her to the police for making a false report and harassing you with a wellness check. I agree with that person. You should do that. Yeah. A lot of people are saying to file a police report. Like, yeah, it may cause some drama, but maybe it'll wake up something in her little brain and she'll realize, hey, OP's serious. I need to chill out. Because this is not my baby. This is my grandbaby. I'm not the parent of these kids. I don't have any say. All right. So, yeah, the majority vote is not the a-hole, as I agree. Let's move on to the second story. Ooh, I have a feeling this one is going to be spicy. So, this is from Broadway Shadow. It says, am I the a-hole for wearing red to a friend's wedding? First post here, but I think this happened a month ago. But I can't stop thinking about it. I, 22 female, attended a friend from high school's 23 female wedding to her 22 female wife, and I wore red. I'm going to refer to my friend as Mia, and her wife as Sarah. Mia and I were super close from kindergarten through high school. After high school, she went to college across the country, and I stayed in state, and we fell out of touch. She stayed out there every summer, so I literally hadn't seen her in 4 years. I saw her post a picture of a ring saying she was engaged, and I commented a congratulations. To my surprise, I got an invite in the mail a few weeks later. I was shocked that she thought to invite me, but I was excited to see my friend after so long. The day of the wedding comes, and I wore a red/maroon floor-length dress. That is a prom dress. That is a prom dress. Why are you wearing a floor-length dress? Let me continue. Sarah, as it turns out, is Chinese, and their wedding was a mashup of American and Chinese traditions. I see where this is going. Don't get me wrong, Sarah looked stunning, and her dress was way more detailed than mine, but I didn't know they were doing a mashup wedding, much less that Sarah was Chinese. Mia is a private person who doesn't post that often, and their engagement post was a black and white photo of hands. After the ceremony, Mia came up to me quite upset and asked where I had the audacity to wear red to a Chinese wedding. I tried to explain to her that I had no idea the wedding was going to have Chinese elements, like the bride wearing red. Oh. Much less the fact that Sarah was Chinese to begin with. She had never posted a picture of her, to my knowledge, and I didn't stalk her Instagram or Facebook to find pictures because I didn't think it would be a problem. I ended up crying and leaving the reception early. If I had known she was planning on wearing red, I would have never worn it. If I'm being completely honest, my dress was plain red, no pattern, no gems or lace or anything. And Sarah's dress was very detailed and downright stunning, and I don't think I should have outshone her anyway. I tried to call and text to apologize, but I haven't heard anything back. So am I the a-hole for wearing red to a wedding with no knowledge that the bride would be wearing red? I say no, because one, you said there was no information on the invitation. Usually, there's a spot on the invitation that says the dress code, and they should have specified in there, hey, this is going to be a Chinese wedding. Please refrain from wearing blah, blah, blah. Or they could have said black and white tie wedding or casual, whatever dress code. They said nothing about that. And since you haven't spoken to this person in years, how would you know that her wife was going to be Chinese? How would you have known that it was going to be a Chinese wedding if, well, mashup of Chinese and American wedding if it wasn't specified. So, not the a-hole. They need to chill out. Maybe they will accept your apology later on once they think about it and they have time to think about it, but yeah, you're not the a-hole. Let's see what the comments say. Not the a-hole. If they didn't want their guests wearing red, they should have been specific in the invites. Exactly. Not the a-hole. I was reading the title thinking only if it was a Chinese wedding, but no one told you it was a Chinese wedding. Mia should have known to tell you if they didn't want people to wear red, since you haven't met Sarah as far as I can tell. Exactly. Yeah, every comment here is saying not the a-hole, because there was no information provided about that. So, I think I'm going to stop with 2 stories today. Thank you for watching my video. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you have any critiques. If you do like it, then I do want to start reading your stories. You could just send me stories and have me to read them. If you have any ideas, let me know. See you later.